This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
There is a podcast no one asked for. A podcast you never knew you didn't want. 3 beers in. This is the podcast.
I anticipate a deeply religious experience.
Thanks for tapping into a new episode of 3 Beers In. This is Ross, of course, and with us is Cutter.
Heyo.
And Clint.
Hey, how's it going?
And special guest, John.
Hey.
John Steckler? Or?
Stecker. It's okay.
Stecker. Sorry.
Stecker.
I have so many like YMCA trophies when I was a kid that have Steckler on it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, if everybody's wrong, then everybody's right.
No, everybody's still wrong.
I've got everybody's name written in a book.
So
Ross just made that list.
Yeah. So John here, you're one of the co-owners of Fourth Tap, right?
That is correct. Yeah.
And we are at Fourth Tap this very moment.
That is also correct. Yes.
Now, is co-owner the appropriate terminology there, or is it co-founder?
Right.
Because it's a
Co-op, right?
Co-op.
Mm-hmm. Whatever floats your boat.
Okay. All right.
No, it's,
What does your business card say?
I think the website says, does it say co-founder? I don't know.
yeah, it's my business card. My official title is president because that's just for business reasons. It's always helpful for me to be like, this is what I do at the brewery. Yeah. No, for the most part, we're all just a handful of sort of co-founders.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And we go from there. Yeah.
How long have you guys been open?
We celebrated our 4th anniversary last November.
Nice.
So we've been operating like now almost 4.5 years.
Nice. Okay.
4 squared tap, pretty much.
Yeah, this is the magic year.
So, but no more coffee?
No more coffee.
How long did that last?
Dude.
You guys, you were opening at what, like 7 a.m. or something?
8 a.m. Yeah.
8 a.m.?
We tried.
That's kind of late for coffee. People trying to get their coffee to go to work. But.
Yeah, we gave it a good college try.
Yeah, there you go.
It was more, if anything, at the end of the day, it was really just more for us than anybody.
Yeah.
And then we shifted over to just buying, we were getting like Red Horn's cold brew.
There you go.
And putting that on tap for a while. And then we ran out of taps, so now we don't have that anymore. But the guys next door had a coffee shop, Fairweather Cidery. They had Primo Coffee for a little while.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then Primo's out, and I can't say who it is, but it's a badass coffee shop's coming in within the next month or two, so I'm really excited.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
We'll wait for a month and then we'll put that in the episode.
Just plug it.
So yeah, some voiceover.
Oh, yeah.
Starbucks.
I can confirm it's not Starbucks. Yes, it is actually the reason I can't say who it is because they haven't finished all the contracts, but it is actually
right.
Local.
It's a local coffee shop. Like I think they've got like 2 locations right now. There's a 3rd coming in next door. Yeah.
Hints.
All right.
Gotta narrow it down. Anyway, okay. So what are we drinking here, John?
Right now we were drinking our +2 Vitality.
And it is a blonde ale.
It is. I don't know what it is. So this is actually,
up on your board over there, it says blonde.
You really actually touched on something that's always been like a really long struggle for us. We say blonde ale for most people because that's just the easiest thing to say, but in reality, it's almost all pills and malts.
Yep.
And so the end result is we have this thing that like kind of like looks like a pilsner on paper, but then it's brewed
not lagered.
It's not lagered, it's brewed like an ale.
Well, you said that this particular batch was
Let
damn near lager.
Yeah, so this
Sort of.
the specific one, which does not exist in the world, doesn't exist outside
It's
of
not
this
in
tap
the
room
cans.
right now. Yeah, this is one we were playing around with, letting it lager for a little bit. So this is the closest to like a hybrid ale lager that we've ever made. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
To me, this one tastes a little bit more malty.
I like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's definitely good.
I've mentioned it before, and I think I told you before we actually started recording. It's like the +2. Like
It's a great shower beer.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
One of those to tie the knot on the next morning. Just that helps out.
And we also have a late hop edition version of it on the wall right now, like in our R&D. It's not even actually not listed on the menu at all, but we've been experimenting with some late hop editions, see if we like it or not. And
so what hops are in this one?
this one is
Put him on the spot.
Where's D?
Dariush. I actually see. And the funny thing is, I'm the one who orders the hops too. So
Yeah.
What did I just order for this? I don't remember, man.
Oh, okay.
So I can look it up. Yeah.
I've got it written down somewhere.
Yes.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, like, the hops really aren't too. This isn't like
It's not out in the forefront. Yeah.
Right. This is more about, for us, it's more about the Pilsen malt.
Balancing,
Like, that's
yeah.
what we're
Right.
chasing here is that.
Okay.
And we get a pretty high quality Pilsen
Really,
malt.
really comes through on this. Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible way to start it.
We ask the hard-hitting questions here.
What hops are in your beer? Hard hitting.
I don't know.
It's like if you're not brewing it, it's all like every day. It's all
Yeah.
if you're not back there. Like,
I mean, I see the hop orders come through for sure. No,
Right.
I know, like, for all of our, well, anyways, but yeah.
no
Is
worries.
it hot in here?
Just we'll cut it in post.
Maybe.
What's really gonna be funny is an hour from now you're gonna remember and it's like,
Hey man,
I
don't
remember
even
now.
worry about it. I got no shame. It's all good.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. It's I forgot that one.
It's
Yeah.
delicious. That's all.
Not the first time someone hasn't been able to tell us what hops are
No.
in their beer.
No. Definitely not.
Ryan.
All right. Oh, man.
But yeah, so this is our +2 vitality, and so we actually are. So kind of to bring it back around when you're talking about this whole blonde ale, we actually are not rebranding, but changing the can. So now it's just going to
Right.
say light ale on the can.
Oh,
Okay.
And we started telling some of our accounts, like, hey, we're not selling as a blonde ale, we're just selling as a light ale now. Because honestly, if you'd like a blonde ale and you would order this, you'd probably say, like, this doesn't really taste like a blonde ale.
Right.
So we switched to that, and it's already having, like, a more positive reaction from people.
Oh, cool.
And we're just
Okay.
like, cool, all right, light ale it is.
But you
Yeah.
guys changed a lot of your can labeling
what was that?
recently, like a year or so ago.
About 2 years ago, we started the process.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was all. Do you remember Art of the Brew?
Yep.
That they used to run over on was it East 5th Street, I think? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we collaborated with one of the artists who does Party World Wrestling here at the brewery, a guy named Rory Blank, and he made Doom Lager for us, and he made this like kind of metal can design, and we liked it so much, and we kind of hit a point where we realized that a lot of other breweries had all come out with this very similar two-tone single,
Yeah.
Yeah, and like when we did it, we took pains to not be Austin Beer Works. We're like, we're already doing that, so let's make sure ours doesn't look anything like theirs, but we still like that kind of minimalist design.
Yeah.
But if it's a good idea, a million people are going to come to it eventually anyway. So we were looking at it and realized, like, we got to do something different now. And we'd been working with Party World Wrestling, and they kind of feel like our spirit animal in a way. And so Rory did that artwork for Art of the Brew, and we liked it so much, we just said, hey, dude, do you want to just like run with it? Just
Right.
We're going to redesign the cans.
Here's our
Do the
beer
whole-
name.
Yeah.
Like, we're already a fan of his artwork and art styles. We're just like, have fun.
No.
Cool.
I love how diverse the cans are on the shelf. You can definitely tell same artist does all the work, but it's completely different than all the cans around it.
Yeah, no, I mean, each can is a hand-drawn piece of art. He creates it every single time. Yeah, which is very kind of him.
The other thing I love about your labels,
The scale.
Yeah.
Clint can look at a can and actually go, "That's
Nope.
not for me."
No.
Yeah,
Oh, bitter? Mhm. No, thanks.
yeah. It's something we had, like, initially when we first opened, we were like, yeah, we don't need to do that, and then we kind of saw, after interacting with enough people over time, we realized, like, and as soon as we put on the can, everybody was like, hey, thank you so much for doing this. This
Yeah.
is great. Yeah.
It's hit or miss. Is it hard to gauge like those bars sometimes?
I'm not going to say we've ever had it wrong.
It's not always the same categories as well. So
Yeah.
We do a lot of pilot batches here now, especially in the last year, where everything is being constantly, like, iterated on and tested long before.
yeah.
So, and that's been helping drive making sure that we get those, like, locked in right, or at least as close as we can.
Right.
And at the end of the day, the taste is pretty subjective. So
Right, of course.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what it all comes into. Clint over here, a super taster. Self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed. No, Ross gave us the test. Ross gave us the test. All right.
We did take a test.
So hops are like extra
bitter for me.
He can't do it.
He's extra bitchy about it.
I bet you're an excellent cook.
I don't cook. No. I just critique.
That blue box, man. That blue box is delicious.
Kraft mac and cheese, buddy.
There you go.
That's what I cook. No.
His wife is vegan, but him and his daughters.
No, the daughters are vegan.
Because the last time I talked to you about this, they were.
No, they are. They have always been.
Okay.
I don't know where you're making shit up now.
Just Cutter.
Making shit up. Yeah. Always.
So are all your beers vegan?
No, they're not all vegan. The Super Not, those are not vegan friendly.
Oh, right, yeah. Lactose,
for sure.
Right.
Of course.
Right. We did make a mistake at one point where the first variation went out, and we looked at the can and saw it still said vegan friendly on it.
Yeah.
And like everybody.
Well, it is, but it's not. It has lactose in it.
Yeah,
but it's
depending on
friendly.
how strict you are with it. Yeah, I mean, it still likes vegans. Yeah. I mean, it's like,
it likes vegans.
Yeah,
vegans may not.
And it missed, like, our artist missed it. We have another guy who takes the Rory's like actual artwork, and puts that into the format we need for the printers. And he missed it, and then we all missed it on our review. And the cans got here, we didn't even notice it until it was like out, and somebody's like, "Oh, wait a second." Yeah.
Damn.
Definitely not vegan friendly.
So we fixed that very, very quickly.
Okay.
Batch 2 fixed.
Right. Yeah.
So you're saying those cans are rare and expensive now?
Oh yeah, the whole misprint economy.
Yeah.
So,
love that stuff.
Yeah.
So why Breaker and Metric area?
why Breaker and Metric? Basically, when we opened up, it was still just Circle, Adelberts, and Beer Works. So no Celis, no Blues, no Fairweather, no Hop Squad, no Stadium.
It's seeming like a really good idea right now.
Right. It was. Well, we liked it because the rent was cheap, for one. You know, it was a just big warehouse. We looked all over the city, but our priorities were trying to find, you know, a big space, something that already had a room that was basically a tap room, so we didn't have to like put a whole bunch of money into that side.
Cool. Yeah.
The utilities here were almost all where they needed to be, so we didn't have to like. If you remember, Zilker had to like tear out the street and do a whole bunch of stuff, and we didn't have to mess with that.
Hop Squad had to do that as well.
Yep, they did. And we're like just far enough away from all the single-family homes and apartments, so we didn't have to deal with, you know, homeowners associations or anything like that.
Cool.
And so I don't want to call it plug and play. We definitely had to do a lot of work, but it fit. It like checked off all the boxes for that time. Nice. Yeah.
Like a brewing space big enough for wrestling.
Yeah, no, honestly, that wasn't even on the books yet. It very quickly became.
Right.
But then also a lot of the guys just like grew up and live in this neighborhood. So
Right.
like,
Gotcha.
yeah,
Okay.
so like Chris Hamjay and Mike Olfers and Cayman Sams all grew up in this part of town.
Oh, cool.
And some of the guys already lived down the street. Like had been living there for like 10 years. So
Hey, if we
Clint
built
and I
it
used to
right
live-
here.
We actually lived over off of Bitter and Hollow, right off of Breaker.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
We used to wish there was more breweries over here, and then I sold my condo, and then
a bunch of breweries started opening.
because I think when I sold it, like, there was only Circle over here. And I was like,
yeah. And then I don't even know with Oscar Blues, like I'm not even sure how many breweries you technically can count there. It's like Oscar Blues, Cigar City, and Deep Ellum now too, I guess.
Yeah, because they're all part of the craft beer
and they're
alliance.
all
right?
local. No,
I mean, I'm not complaining about being able to get High Life from like across the street. I'm not complaining about that.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's kind of it, and we also like the fact that we could be really, really loud, and no one would complain.
you guys are far enough away from Breaker. It's
Like a bunch of office buildings, other warehouse buildings.
Tile store down there.
Oh yeah. They're regulars of ours.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, no. So we like the space because like this room, for instance, you know, we've got this tile floor. It was here. All the air conditioning units were all here. Most of these walls and doors were here. We
That's
came
good.
in. Yeah,
that makes it a little bit easier to move.
we ripped the ceiling out, put some paint on the walls. You know, I mean, obviously, a lot of this is where the most construction was done, where we like put the bar in and everything. And yeah, so that made it a lot easier. And then the nice thing too is when we do big shows, big events, big parties, we can open up all the doors and be as loud as we want to. And like the nearest anything residential wise, that direction's like, I guess, don't know, burn it.
It's a ways.
I have heard some rumors that with the stadium going in, that rent is starting to go up a little bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit from what that's a few people I've talked to.
It's a fear, yeah, for sure. We've got a pretty good lease, and we've got some options in our lease contract to keep us.
Good. We like to hear that stuff.
Yeah. yeah. So we're not too. I mean, we're definitely concerned about it. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
It hasn't affected us yet.
Yeah, and if not, Hutto will just
they'll just give you
money to move out there. So.
Hopefully, we'll be benefiting from the stadium before we have to pay the rent because of the stadium.
Right. Okay.
Good to hear. We like to hear that.
Yeah.
The other question I would like to ask also is, why cans, not bottles?
Oh, well, I'm the whole can versus bottle debate. I assume is kind of what we're getting to here.
Yeah.
I'm very much on the side of cans. We don't want to deal with the broken glass.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. Cans are just, I
Fruit
think,
Crush cans isn't that bad. But
and cans are ultimately, I think, better for the beer. It's a better seal. It's a better.
I think it's rowdy in here. People can't break a can and stab you with it.
Yeah. A gnarly paper, aluminum cut, I guess.
Plus, cans work better in the shower, man.
Yeah. And in Austin, a lot of the. It's the lifestyle of running, being out in the world and parks and floating the river and all that good stuff. So, anyways, we are very much on the can side.
All right.
With that said, we might do some bombers this year.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're expanding We're taking our very small forays into barrel aging stuff and actually getting a little more systematic about it this year.
Clint is not on board.
Oh, with barrel aging? Yeah. Look, when you pour a little bit of whiskey into the beer, it kind of does a little bit more than just aging it, you know?
It's flavoring it also.
Yeah. We're going to be playing around with that this year. And,
nice.
And those small, doing a barrel or two in the bombers, that's makes sense,
Yeah. Plus, I don't hate spotting, so...
Well,
that's just strictly whiskey barrels, you know?
Okay.
So what beer do you like?
God damn it. We're only 30 minutes into this and we're already at this spot.
He's asking the hard-hitting questions now.
Pilsners.
What's wrong with that?
You said Pilsen malts earlier, and I heard his ears just perk up. It's
but not
said the
Czech
right
Pilsners.
Word.
Not Czech, your Bavarian pills, not Czech pills?
Correct.
Cool. So what is it?
It's the hoppiness, the Saaz hops in it,
Spicy.
It just doesn't do it for me.
So you're a Hans, not a live oak?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that. I respect that. It's cool. I just realized I'm being a really shitty host, too.
No,
because you've got three empty glasses in front of me.
No, you're fine. You're still drinking yours, so you're being a good host. Oh, this one. That wasn't what that meant, no.
There's 4 empty glasses in front of us, so let's fix that real quick.
Sure, absolutely.
I think we can go with the Suneater because that's, not everybody has a Groot, so...
All right.
Why not? Yeah.
We can do... So those are in cans, so what I'll do is we'll do little 6-ounce pours and go through that one.
Sure, that sounds perfect.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the exact opposite of what Ross is about to say. I love the rosemary on the nose.
Okay.
Well, I hate rosemary, so I hate the rosemary on the nose.
That's actually, I agree with Cutter. That's nice. That's
Just
good
wait.
aroma.
We talked to D, he's your...
Dariush?
Yeah.
D. Oh, yeah, D.
Yeah.
D, well, he introduced himself as D. So.
Yeah. That's how he does go by D.
Yeah. It's like, talked to him, he was talking this beer up. I walked into HEB the next day, I was like, well, now I've got to get it.
Thank you, yeah. It was his, if I'm not mistaken, it was his brainchild.
Yeah?
This is one of our oldest... So the Suneater is a gruit that we do. It's
not a common style.
No, right. And we also don't use any barley in this, so it's a sorghum based.
Oh, yeah. It's gluten free, right?
Yeah, which is not our intention. It was just
just
coincidentally happened to be gluten free,
right?
Gluten free and vegan friendly,
and gluten and hop free, huh?
Yeah. So the idea was we want to do something with Texas ingredients, stuff that was easily sourceable, and so. In Texas, rosemary grows like a weed, basically.
Yes.
Lemon.
I've got rosemary bushes out in my front yard.
Can't kill them. Just...
Yeah, but rosemary, then lemon peel as well. And then sorghum, Texas is one of the largest, I think the second largest producer of sorghum in the country. So we went with those ingredients, and it takes some finessing to get the yeast to actually want to ferment this beer. Yeah, because normally you get a fermentation runs like it's really kicked off within a day, and usually done about 5 or 6, 7 days in.
Yep.
This beer takes about 3 weeks to ferment.
Oh,
and it just it's not like it still cleans up and gets to the end and everything's fine. It's just like it just takes
a while.
Time.
Really? Is it one of those things like you let it sit there and you go, well, I guess it just isn't going to work, and then all of a sudden like you're about to pull it off and it's like, oh my god, they're eating.
it's just like a slow and steady. You know, like you go out there, you look at the our blow off. We have going into a water bucket. And it's just like bloop 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 bloop. It just keeps going. It doesn't slow down.
Is that the yeast that is just a slow reacting yeast, or is it just the malts that
those sugars?
So that's a great question. The best idea we have is that it's the sugar profile that we're presenting to the yeast is a little bit different than a barley.
So it's not just like a simple sugar. It's
I think it has something to do with either the profile it's being given is different enough where it slows the fermentation down.
It's like, wait a second. Can we eat this?
and because of the fact that it does,
it tries a little bit.
Yeah, and it does like fully ferment without any off flavors or any problems. So to me, that means there's some sort of like enzyme or cofactor that's not present, because otherwise it would be happening a lot faster. So because it's so slow, but it still finishes, that makes me think, so we had some like nutrients in there just to make sure it's doing its thing. And the funny enough, in Africa, the sorghum beer industry is huge. What's up?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Never mind.
Getting multicultural.
Well, in Africa, the sorghum beer industry is pretty huge. So we try to like figure out what they're
How
doing.
can we get it to Africa to sell more?
Oh, dude, no, they already have enough.
No, oh, okay.
They wouldn't want our...
How come they don't bring us any beer?
Some of that sorghum beer.
So it's rosemary, lemon peel, and sorghum, and then the end result happened to be gluten-free. And what we found is that, a lot of people who really have celiacs, they can't, even like a gluten reduced or gluten removed, it's still too much. And so we have a lot of people who, really enjoy this because there's no gluten to begin with.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it has rosemary in it. So.
Only unfortunately for you. I really enjoy it.
It's not. I've had worse rosemary beers, and this one, I don't know. Maybe I had a extra strong batch that had a lot of rosemary in it. This one isn't
maybe
so bad.
it's just because John's sitting right there. It's really not so bad.
Yeah,
it's all right, man.
Exactly.
Dude, so when we first opened, so this is, like I said, this is one of our oldest recipes, like way back in our like early homebrew days, and I remember sampling this at like Whole Foods when we first started, or HEB. Yep. And people would try it and just make the most disgusted faces at me, and I'm just like,
it's not a beer that you typically just go, man, I am craving a Gruit.
It's what we learned pretty quick is to say like it's less of a beer and more drinks like a cider or a white wine to an extent.
Okay.
That kind of helps people get in the right mindset. Because if they're like, they just finished off like an imperial stout, then we're like, here, have this Gruit. And they're like, it just doesn't work.
Well, I can't imagine going from an imperial stout to this.
To some extent, it's like almost the exact opposite of an IPA that, because it doesn't have that like super bitey finish. It's not.
Because it has no hops. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's what everybody usually is going for nowadays.
Yeah.
It seems like.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been the people who drink this, they're like our most vocal customers.
Yeah,
like if we don't have it available, like this is the only beer that people
Why the
will
hell
start.
Don't you? Yeah.
No, seriously, like we get emails, phone calls, like message on social media, everything. People come in here.
Phone
and they're
calls.
Like,
they must be elderly.
People like get pissed off.
Really?
Oh yeah. We get. It's not a good.
It's something you have to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. I once had a lady walk in here and she's like, hey, where's Suneater? And I was like, oh, hey, good news. We're packaging it next week. We're going to have a whole bunch. She's like, so should I buy a fridge from my garage and fill it up with Suneater? And I was like, ha, 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 ha. And then she looked at me and was like, no, seriously. I was like, oh, you are being serious. I was like, no, we're going to keep making it. Like, it's not nice. A one and done thing. Yeah.
So do you have seasonals of the Suneater? Because I think I've seen... like a strawberry Suneater?
We did. Yeah, we played around with strawberry Suneater.
Yeah.
And that went really well for us. We enjoyed it.
With the rosemary still, or?
That one we did keep the rosemary in it, yeah. We've played around with a few other versions on our pilot system. We did like a basil and...
I don't know.
Basil... tastes like a pizza. It was weird.
Oh, okay.
That one didn't make it out of R&D. That stayed there. Man. Yeah.
little tomato in there. Slice of tomato on the rim. Garnish. Yeah, there you go.
It smelled like a pizza. It's so weird. I don't know if we're going to be doing any this year. We're kind of back and forth on it. We got a lot of stuff going on already. Yeah. And honestly, like, I hate to bring up White Claw, but like the hard seltzer White Claw market has actually.
Wait, are you guys working on a hard seltzer?
I don't know, man. We've played around with it, but like no one's been happy at all.
People are buying it. I don't know.
I know, but I bring it up because hard seltzer, like the Suneater market, like the tiny little market we carved out for Suneater.
Yeah,
sure.
Hard seltzer.
People are going to the. man.
But it is
just more super not then.
Yeah. We're gonna keep making that one, dude.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
I love the super knot. We did
cookies and cream. Yeah, we did an ice cream episode where we had that. We thought about having the cookies and cream over cookies and cream, but we thought that might be too much, so we just had it over chocolate and vanilla.
Sounds good.
Amazing. There was no alcohol presence at all, which is probably a bad thing because it was 13%.
Yeah, I remember when I bought it, like for that episode, it was like, holy crap! Like, I did not look at that until like,
this is like 2 beers.
Have fun.
Yeah, we did. It was. Yeah. Oh man.
So that one I think was that was one of the better ones I think we did this year. It's like about every July I think we do our ice cream social. So we'll pick out like 4 beers and we'll pour them over ice cream.
Nice. Yeah. Well, the good news is that we are making that one again. That's on the road. We finished up our schedule for the year for Suneater. We not Suneater, for Super Knot.
Yeah.
And so
he didn't finish up Suneater. Everybody's listening.
Still there. So you have the not to talk about another beer with this beer in our presence, but
no, it's all good.
You've got cookies and cream. You've got Neapolitan. Was there another one in there?
We had a cinnamon chocolate truffle. That was one we did.
Okay.
And
delicious.
Thank you. Yeah. And then the next one, the one that's coming out in mid-February, is going to be PBJ, peanut butter and blackberry jelly.
Ooh, blackberry. All right. I was not convinced, and then you said blackberry jelly. I was like, okay.
Oh yeah, dude.
All right.
A shit ton of blackberry.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much of it in our cold room. Yeah, we just brewed it. We actually just brewed the batch a few days ago. We got the TBC label approval in a few days ago.
Nice.
So we're it's fermenting away and making a huge mess out there.
Okay. Yeah.
That's always a good feeling. Whenever we do like a new beer, and you walk in the morning and you see like the
bubbling, just like
it's like
overflowing,
yeast everywhere. And it just good. All right, kicked off.
Get at it, boys.
Yeah.
Get at it.
Well, yeah, because you don't want to just see like nothing, no activities. Like, what? I did my best for you. What do you?
And that's happened too. That's a bad feeling.
Yeah.
You walk in, you're like, wait. Is anybody there? Like, wake up, guys!
Shake it a little bit.
Shake the whole.
Can't
thing.
really, yeah.
Come on!
No.
On a production scale, you can't really shake the fermenter to get the rouse the yeast, but yeah.
No.
So for this one, do you use like a special yeast or?
No, we don't actually. We just use
house
regular.
yeast?
Yeah, the regular. I think we're using California. Just 01 for now on this one. Although we've been using more yeast strains lately, which has been a lot of fun. But that's like one of our house strains. So we just use that and give some extra nutrients and some extra love and
just wait.
Give it some time because
give it some time. Yeah,
give it some time.
Well, but then doesn't that cut into your profit margin?
It does. Well,
like what you're just supposed to turn and burn everything, right?
It's just supposed to be like 13 IPAs.
There you go.
Then,
Yeah. Look, it's half the menu is hazy IPAs, half the menu are pastry stouts, and then a hard seltzer.
Yeah. There you go.
Man, crush the market right there.
That is, yeah.
Not only does he have a good location, he's got a great
plan for
model.
Success. There you go.
That's all we got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why we're making a gruit. No,
for the celiac disease.
We like this one a lot. It's just fun to have something that like no one else is really making anything like this. And
I mean, there's 0 on the shelf other than this
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you remember Strangeland, they did a gruit.
Who?
For a second. But I think that's the only other one I've seen out of Austin, at least.
I know they did a braggot. It was weird. It's a different. Not everybody else is doing.
Bold.
But yeah.
I mean, a good brag. I mean, I'll drink it. Sure.
Yeah, good. A good one.
Yeah, a good one. Anything that's good.
Anything that's good. Yeah.
But yeah, it did, we might see more of that on the shelf. Well, they had their Headless Gentleman, I believe, on the shelf for Halloween around that time.
Oh, strangely,
because they're brewing now with Wrench, or Wrench is brewing their beer. I don't know if they can stay or anything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad. Okay, so they're still going. Great.
Yeah.
They're still there.
For some reason, I thought they had closed down.
They did.
Strangeland.
Yeah, Strangeland. Yeah.
Okay.
Strangeland closed down.
They closed their tap room down, and when they closed down, they said, "Oh, look for our new location." It's like, there's no new location. But that happens a lot with local breweries. I know Rogness, that happened to them. And it's like,
I have a weird, funny story about
Here we go.
Rogness real quick.
Okay.
I was at one of my old friend's house last night, and he has had this plastic, those black plastic kegs that were around like 12 years ago. Mm-hmm. He's had a keg of Rogness beer.
No.
Still tapped, party pump and everything, sitting in his in his like outside room.
It's aging.
Like, I kid you not, it's been 10 years. I took a photo of it. I'm going to send it to Forrest today and be like, "Hey, dude."
He could probably make you another batch. I don't know.
We were like,
ask him.
And like, me and one of my other buddies were like kind of joking, like, "Oh, we're definitely going to like pump it and pour some out," and like they wouldn't let us. They're like, "No, it's rancid. We don't want no."
Oh, they're for sure it's rancid, huh?
Dude, it's got to be right. 10 years and the thing I'm worried
about. We don't know.
It's a plastic keg and everything, and someone's like, "Yeah, like someone died, and so the whole market for plastic kegs like fell out."
There's a whole bunch of bodies laying around. Yeah. This keg. It's like the fountain of youth.
I mean, it could be. I don't know.
Could be magic. You're right.
There you go.
Could be magic.
We don't know.
You don't know until you try it.
Oh, we probably do.
Yeah, it's probably.
It's probably rancid.
You'll probably die.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But yeah, Gruit's. Yeah. Cool. So you don't have to order any hops for this, huh?
No, which is great. 'Cause hops are expensive, man.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
What is your go-to beer? Like if you're ordering something.
Like here at the brewery, or like out in Austin?
What's your style? I should ask. What's your favorite style?
Yeah.
Lately I've been drinking a lot more ambers than
ambers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been kind of on an amber kick for a while.
That's why you wanted to drink the Can You Dig It, huh?
Yeah, kind of. It's so I've been on an amber kick. A good pilsner. I mean, all day long.
Yeah,
or like a light lager of some kind. Not a light lager. Sorry, like just a lager. Yeah, those have been my kind of go-tos over the last like year or so.
They're good beers.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, used to be in a huge. For me, I'll start out with like stouts and porters.
Sure,
sweet, big, malty beers, and then I was like, I hate hops, I hate IPAs, and then it just like you start getting. Well, for me, I started getting that taste for it, and then it was. Then I'm like, all right, how many IBUs does this have?
There's a lot of hop haters on this podcast.
There's really not. There's just me.
Ross and I are coming around.
Ross is coming around.
I try things, so
Oh, I got you.
We've been dabbling.
I had a Kung Fu Robot a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
At Hop Squad Day.
Oh, at Hop Squad?
Yeah, well, it was when they.
He's like, wait, they have Kung Fu Robot at Hop Squad?
That's cool.
Not on tap, but they just had a bunch of random beers in their cooler. But that was before they opened, so it was like, hey, you want? Yeah, I'll drink it. Okay.
That's awesome. Yeah. We're happy with that. Where that one's at. We'd messed around with the hops a lot over the last year, trying to figure out a different like hop combination that we were happy with and a good ratio.
Yeah.
We settled on Bavaria Mandarina and Amarillo.
Nice. Okay.
I think we're sitting at a 50-50 split.
Didn't you have a Citra version for a while?
We did, yeah. So when we first launched it was Citra Mosaic.
Yeah.
Which is good.
I'll do the Citra, but not the Mosaic.
Mosaic.
No, I can't do it.
But they're also like those are incredibly expensive hops and difficult to source. Like there have been times like our suppliers are all out, so we go to Lithium Exchange, which is basically like eBay for hops, Craigslist for hops or something.
I tried to get some Barber Rouge off of there, but no.
Yeah, we go there and like when you type in like I need this hop style, and it's like literally none.
Yeah,
like, no one's selling it. And
we have precisely 0 pounds.
Right. So we were like, let's retool it so that we can have a more steady supply of hops that we can trust.
Something that's available.
Yes, and we were able to get those hops on contract, which makes us feel really good.
There you go. Yeah.
That just means there's too many IPAs in the world.
Because everybody's brewing it.
Everybody's making some sort of Mosaic IPA.
Well, they taste good. You just throw Mosaic hops in there. Well, if you disagree, that's fine.
Well,
I disagree.
I've had a cider from Fairweather that had Mosaic, and it was really good.
I know.
They dry hopped it with the Mosaic, and it was like, why isn't everybody doing this? This tastes amazing. But
Dude, they're
not in the boil.
If I can plug Fairweather, like that Hoppy Common they make, it's like all I go over there almost every day, and I'm like, Hoppy, please hook it up. Well, looks like we're getting ready for another beer.
Yeah.
You do the
Cutter, why are you drinking so slow?
We can do Highland Scoundrel.
Highland
We can do
Scoundrel.
Color Out of Space. Either one.
Which one? Probably this Color Out of Space.
Color Out of Space.
First.
We'll finish on the Scoundrel.
Finish on
That's the best way to go.
All right, so what is it we got here?
Based on the color, I'm guessing banana.
No, this is our Color Out of Space. Spelled with a U, COLOUR. It's
all multicultural. No, that's fine.
So this is our kettle sour, raspberry blackberry kettle sour that we
Nice. Okay,
And this
more
is-
blackberry.
Hey, it's good. It's
Yeah, no, it's good stuff.
And what's cool about this is one. So we, not to try to. Well, we could jump into a longer story if you'd like, but
Yeah, fine.
Chris Hamjay, one of the original co-founders, the original brewer.
Sure.
He left, so he's no longer with us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's we're all happy
Rest
for
in
him.
peace.
Still alive, man.
Oh, okay. Well, then fuck that guy.
The way I said that, right?
No.
Man.
No, his wife is in the Air Force, and she's stationed at Whitman Air Force Base in Missouri.
I'll be deep in the cold, cold ground before I recognize Missouri.
And we thought
Missouri.
she was going to be stationed back here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And that became clear that wasn't going to happen. It's probably going to be overseas for her next station.
Yeah.
And so Chris is just like, hey guys, like I'm going to go live with my wife now because it's been like 2 years and I don't live with her and it sucks. And
We appreciate her service.
Go live with your
yeah, and so-
Understandable.
and like
Fuck you, Ross.
I've known, some of us we've been friends with Chris. I've known Chris for long before Fourth Tap was even an idea.
Yeah.
So we were friends first. So we were all just like, yeah, of course, man. Like, we want you to be happy. We want you to be with your wife. And so we obviously needed to replace him. And we ended up hiring 2 brewers to come in. And they kind of service
the work of one
He was
person.
doing that good.
Wow.
He was doing a lot, yeah. So we hired 2 brewers their job is actually not just to like make wort, which is a lot of brewers just come in and like do that one part. Their job is to manage the beer all the way through to packaging.
Right.
So they brew hot side, cold side, conditioning, barrels, quality
So they're
control.
brewing and cellar man.
Yes. Yeah, and that was kind of important to us too. Just we're still a small team, small operation, and we wanted to make sure they. And so
You guys are very hands-on. Like, that's what I like about it.
yeah, and we're all like, it's a small
I
team,
mean,
man.
you
Like we
care about the beer.
Yeah.
You want
yeah, we're
to
not,
see it through to the.
That's what I'm
end.
saying. I really, it's nice to see opposed to like just like, oh hey, I come in to do this one thing, like turn a knob or something.
yeah, we like everybody to be involved in the whole process. We don't close off parts of the the process to anybody. If somebody wants to learn how to brew, they can shadow. They can't actually get in there. It's not trained fully, but we're
No, just let them go. Just yeah, sure. Give it your best shot.
fire up the boiler. It's
It's not like it, costs
Caustic,
a lot of money.
You can dump that caustic in. That's okay. Gloves? No, you don't need that.
So the Color Out of Space, the kettle sour is one of those new brewers. They're starting to like spread their wings a bit and try out new ideas, and we definitely encourage that. And
No, you got to clip them, man. Clip them back.
shut them down.
Hold them back.
It's like that's not on the schedule.
You are way out of base here, buddy.
And
Go and start their own place.
this one was from Mike Foster. So Mike Foster was a
Australian for beer. Oh, sorry.
Got
Sorry,
him.
no.
Got him. Go ahead.
So Mike Foster he worked with Chris Hamjay at Black Star back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then he left Black Star. So he was a brewer cellarman at Black Star, left and he was a sales rep for Martin House for a while.
Oh, okay.
And then he was a shift brewer at 512 for a while. And then he was working on the packaging lines at one of the machine technicians for their pack out line at Oscar Blues.
Okay.
And then we kind of
So he's done everything.
He's been around, which I
Yeah.
love. I love the fact that we have a brewer who's done sales.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And that's like an industry thing.
Well, he can actually talk about the beers that he's making. So.
When Corey, our sales manager, when he's like needs to talk to the brewer about stuff,
Yeah.
like, Mike knows the pains that he's going through.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And so this kettle sour was one of his recipes, and he did it on the pilot system. We all loved it. Did it again. We all loved it. So we're like, all right, man, put it on the big system. Let's do it.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's really good.
It smells like yeasty on the nose, but then you actually get to the flavor. And it's like,
I could see that. Yeah, yeasty on the nose.
Yeah.
Still get all that blackberry.
All that berry fruit.
This is a draft only. We've only done one batch on the main system. We don't have any intention of canning it. And it's just draft here. We sent a few kegs out in the world. We didn't send any outside of Austin. It all just stayed here in the city.
Yeah.
And really just went to a few of our best accounts, and that was about it.
How far do you guys distribute?
So we distribute San Antonio and Houston as well. And we're like dabbling in Dallas, like just a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to Dallas.
As a Houston native,
someone
There
from
we
Houston,
go.
you don't want to go to Dallas.
Yeah. Wait, what part of Houston are you from?
Northwest Cyprus.
From
So not Houston.
Meyerland.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, H-Town.
Yeah. Cheers to that, buddy.
Yeah, how you feeling about the Astros right now?
Oh man. hey, we won, didn't we? Everybody cheers.
Everybody signals. You're supposed to cover up.
Isn't that the whole thing in baseball?
Yeah,
Like,
since the day one.
I saw somebody post it was on Twitter. They posted like the process. They were like, as a Patriots fan, let me tell you the process you need to go through in order to rationalize this.
The stages.
Help me feel okay about this.
Yeah. It's like, they didn't cheat. Okay, they cheated, but everybody cheats in this game.
And then that same weekend, the Texans lost, or
Yeah.
just blew that. Oh god! And I swear, Monday morning, I was like, I'm gonna wake up in Harden's leg. Bro.
Yeah.
Like that's what's gonna happen.
We're trying to have a good time here, John.
I'm sorry.
Why we got damn painful shit?
Yeah, I showed up at his house at
I was like,
halftime, and it was like,
he cursed us. It was his fault. Blame
This is your
him.
fault?
He showed up at halftime, and then it all
I
went
just
to
wanted
shit.
to bottle our stout, man.
I know.
Why do you hate us so much?
Yeah.
Well, I've always hated the Texans. It's a terrible name. They could have been the Mercury, but whatever.
That's awful.
Sounds like a WNBA
Like
name.
that name.
Sounds like a WNBA name.
It does sound like
Yeah.
Texans, come on.
Yeah.
And then they sold Astroworld? What the fuck?
yeah.
All my childhood memories.
Why
just
are we
gone.
talking about painful shit right now?
Astrodome's still there, though.
This kettle sour is
falls
really
down.
good.
There we go. Yes. Well, so
Blackberries.
where was that? Mike Foster. Yeah, Mike Foster. Kettle Sour brought it all over. Yeah,
you
it's
go.
one of his early. So in distribution, right? So
Yeah,
we
there you
distribute
go.
to Houston, San Antonio, the Hill Country a little bit, and that's about it. I mean, we've got no desires.
Is the Dallas market hard to break into? Just how saturated it's becoming up there? Or?
I mean, I honestly couldn't tell you because we haven't really tried. Like, there's a few like little.
They just want pickle beers.
That's all. It's everybody wants right now.
As someone from Houston, you just don't want to go there. You just don't.
That's true.
It's not worth it.
Dallas.
It's not worth it.
Well, hold on. No, we're not trying to sell beer in Dallas. Dallas is great.
There you
We
go.
appreciate them and their culture.
I gotta put a disclaimer. John's views do not reflect the views of Three Beers In. So,
Or fourth tap.
there you go.
There are some where we do some beer. There's a few like pretty like hardcore craft beer spots. That
Yeah.
Just so for that, because they're so into it, like we definitely want to support anyone that's like willing to like put that much energy into supporting the scene. Like, of course, we'll do what we can.
Right.
But
Caps and caps.
outside of Texas, we've got no interest in leaving the state. It's big enough. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amarillo.
The Whataburger business model. You don't need to leave
Well.
the state. Or HEB. There's a number of companies. Yeah, there's a couple companies that are just like, I mean, Texas is big enough.
Whataburger's so big.
We're not going to sell
somebody
the
from
Goose Islander
outside.
anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's the goal, right? To one day,
say,
AB InBev walks
just
in your door and is like, how much can we pay you to make you go away? It's like,
They drove a dump truck full of money up to my house. I'm not made of stone.
all right.
Yeah.
How much tank space do you guys have right now?
So we have a 30-barrel system. So 2 half-barrel kegs to party kegs to a barrel, and we've got 4 30-barrel fermenters and 1 60-barrel fermenter. And so I think we have like a theoretical capacity of like 5,000 barrels. I think we have a real capacity of like 3,500 to 4,000, depending on what's going on. So
Nice.
we're like bumping up against it for sure.
Is that including your pilot system also, or is that?
This is like it's just like a 10-gallon little.
Right, yeah.
It's perfect enough for us to like crank out 2 cornies and play with ideas. And
Right.
But yeah, like we're bumping up against it though, because I mean the Suneater, we talked about earlier, it takes a much longer time to ferment,
right?
And so
that's tank space.
That's tank space. Yeah, that's about two other. Like we could have done another beer and a half in the time it takes to make Suneater, right?
Yeah.
So.
But it's love.
Just gotta start charging more. Hey, you're a specialized market, you celiac people. You got to pay a little extra. I'm sorry,
but yeah, it's a decent amount of tank space. We're looking to add another fermenter this year. I think maybe 2, if we can figure it out. I'd love to get like another 40 or another 60 barrel tank in.
As long as you can still do some wrestling in there.
Yeah,
because it's not wrestling. It's wrestling.
You gotta save the space for wrestling.
It's definitely RASSLIN apostrophe. Yeah,
wrestling.
Pretty soon there's supposed to be a T and a W in there somewhere. Maybe an E.
No, sir.
Not this style of wrestling.
This is Texas. This is wrestling.
This is wrestling.
Yeah, no. So, Party World Wrestling. That's definitely. Do y'all want to? I can.
How did that happen?
Well, some rando people just walked in and were like, "We want to wrestle you." No, that's not happening. It was. We would have said like,
"How we brought our own ring?
How breakable are your chairs?"
Yeah, it would have been like, "You can definitely fuck off." Sorry, can I say that on?
Yeah,
you're fine.
How many times have I said it right now?
Good point. All right. So the way Party World Wrestling came to be. So it literally started as a guy's, Jared Wando is his name, his birthday party a long time ago in the backyard of his house.
Right, yeah.
And
backyard wrestling.
As wrestling does.
And he was like, hey, I want all my friends to dress up as weird wrestlers and we're just going to wrestle and it'll be fun. And it kind of built this organic following. And so then they stopped doing the show in the backyard. This place started doing it at a bar on East Riverside, which is no longer there. And we heard about it through Facebook and just like started getting weird friend requests from bizarre wrestlers, and we're like, what the hell is this? So, we go check it out, and we walk in, and it's like friends of ours running this thing. We're just like, oh, hey, like, Brendan, and it's friends of ours, like basically people like we hadn't seen in a while. And we're just like, oh, what's up? This is what you've been doing. Right. So we went to 2 shows there. We could tell they were maxed out. They were trying to get out of that space. We're wrapping up construction here, so we hadn't opened yet, but we had all the space here that we were originally going to sublease out for like dry storage or something.
Wait,
boring.
did wrestling come before the beer? Or what?
So technically,
not to jump ahead in your story.
No, you're right. That's about where we are in the story now. So we invited them in, and the first show was in October. So we had our grand opening to the public in November, and the first beer we ever sold was like the second week of October. So we, brewed, started selling beer, getting into it,
right? And
we had a PWR almost immediately. And so we had the first wrestling show before we had actually opened up to the public.
Wow. Okay.
And the only reason we did it is because we knew, we've had these previously existing, friendships with the people running it. And so we knew who they are. We trusted them. We knew they were good people. So,
Soft opening with wrestling.
It was a good stress test. I'll tell you that.
Nice.
It was a very good stress test.
But you had a good sample market though too.
Dude, they'll drink anything.
Oh, that's
What is this, Bud Light?
Yeah.
No. Whatever. Okay.
At least I think we're finally past the people coming in saying, "I'll take a Moscow Mule, please. I'll take a glass of red wine," and we're like, "No,
this is not a full bar, buddy."
Yeah.
I'm not handing you a menu. Our menu's right there on the
Or
wall.
I'll take a Dos Equis, please.
I'll drink a Dos Equis.
And see if you want to go up and just take a left. Domain's just right down the way.
It's right over there.
Brass tap.
I just want to mention something. I saw Super Ghouls and Ghosts pop up on the screen over there in the corner.
Hard.
Oh,
too hard.
That game is utter bullshit.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
Not only
it's like
not
Demon
only
Souls
do you have to like
Demon Souls.
Not only
even
do you have
harder,
to
probably
play through it like once.
No, you
got
to play
hard
through
enough.
Yeah.
Once you get to the end and you beat the second to last boss,
once you beat it, once you think you beat it,
you have to go all the way back to the beginning and start the whole fucking thing over.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the goddess amulet.
Yeah.
And you can't get the goddess amulet until the second playthrough.
Holy shit.
I have bad memories, guys. It triggered me. That just triggered me.
Keep talking about bad memories, man. That's what this episode is going to be about.
It happened in Houston.
Those Astros, dude.
Yeah,
man.
Stars falling.
I love my home city, but there's some triggering memories.
Yep.
And lately,
all that humidity
really been letting me down.
Yeah, we've got that's our whole video game section we got. So we partnered with Devolver Digital, which is a indie game distributor. Who hooked us up with a laptop, their whole like expo setup for like conventions, and then a Steam account with like every game they've ever published.
Nice.
So a friend of ours works there. That's how.
Okay. Nice.
We literally
you guys have connections.
To be fair, sorry.
To be fair,
I saw that flash on the screen and it triggered me. But they also have like there's a lot of really great things flashing across the screen.
And then behind you, there's
much like you people from Houston, you focus on the bad.
No, we've been fortunate where most of the stuff that we do here is just through friends, like connections we have here in the city, and
that's awesome.
Very cool.
People who do it's really simple. Like people are doing cool shit, and we're like, cool, you come do it here.
Well, you guys are doing cool shit too. And
well, that's the idea, man. We just try to have a good time. It's pretty. We figured if we make good beer and throw a good party, the rest will sort of work itself out.
How quickly did you decide that you were going to distribute like the canned product?
So that was we'd always planned to. Like that was something we always wanted to be a production brewery, and we wanted to distribute like Austin, San Antonio, and Houston. Because all of us are, I'm from Houston. Some of the guys are from San Antonio. A lot of the guys are from Austin. So we wanted to make beer and distribute it to the places we grew up, places we knew.
Yeah.
So we don't distribute anywhere that we didn't grow up. Does that make sense? It's like we know the cities, we know the markets, we know where we're at. There aren't any like unknown. We're not distributing our beer anywhere where we just don't get the place. So it's always places that we get.
So, he's like, they're making a beer and they're like, these fucks in Houston, man, they'll really like this.
Finally take down St. Arnold.
You see a lot of breweries that like start up and so like it's brewery only. You got to come to them. And then they'll eventually branch out, maybe start distributing and that kind of thing.
I mean, we didn't start with San Antonio and Houston right away. It was just Austin to start.
Sure,
but if we had opened up maybe 2 or 3 years later. Yeah, maybe we would not have been so big on distribution. I mean, the whole market's changed.
Well,
especially in the last 2 or 3 years, really.
Look, if I was opening up now, I'd want to open up a small brew pub, and that's it.
Yeah,
and just a little neighborhood
brew.
The
beer to go law probably changed that a lot.
Yes. Oh man, we were actually looking at doing a brew pub license, and then the beer to go thing like finally looked like it was getting real traction.
Yeah.
And so then we're just like, it's cool. That's the only reason we really wanted to get it, just so we could sell beer to go. And that's,
right.
Yeah.
I know that's been a thing.
Cooler and you got all your mainstays in there and everything.
Yeah, that's why we're excited about the.
And you got a crowler machine behind the bar, right?
That's right.
There you go.
Get ourselves a badass crowler machine, and then the plan. Same thing with the barrel program and doing the bombers. It's going to be brewery exclusive, taproom only. So that way,
That I was going to ask.
You got to show up, drink a beer, then you can buy them.
So, but I like that. I like that. Yeah. Oh, you want a ticket to get a bottle? And have a beer first.
It's gonna take a while. They're like,
I've got plenty of tickets behind me.
We have to bottle it.
We're really swamped. I'm the only person in the bar.
we're gonna tape them to the bottom of the glass. So you have to chug your beer. To get to
there you go.
No, drink responsibly. We're not doing
Yeah.
Take your time.
We always promote drinking.
We don't condone chugging.
Yeah, no.
I totally didn't do that earlier on this episode.
No, absolutely not.
Just Joel.
3 empty glasses. Oh, no, there's 4 empty glasses.
Is that right?
So, but do you have ideas of what you're going to do? Put in the barrels? Is it going to be something different, or is it going to be something that you've already brewed and then you want like a little bit of barrel to it?
Well, the plan is for every super nut variation is going to get a barrel treatment, and then
every super nut variation.
Yeah, basically that's the plan. Is every variation we're going to add in a couple.
It's a lot of cookies to clean out of that barrel.
Let's see.
Peanut butter, just like.
We also did a barrel aged version of the Can You Dig It, which was we were doing a little thing with Garrison Brothers for a little bit, and. Or we were driving out there, and it's me, Mike Holfers, he's one of the other co-founders. He runs the cellar and packaging. He's like the floor boss, right?
Yeah,
sure.
And then Bill Arnold, who was one of our brewers, he moved out to Atlanta. He works at a brew pub out there now. Mm-hmm. And
dead to us.
No. His wife got this amazing job, and
his wife.
We appreciate his wife.
He told us.
There's a theme here.
You know what? You're right. There it is. Shit. All right.
Just telling you that.
No.
So me and Mike and Bill were on our way out to pick up these barrels from Garrison, and we spent the afternoon hanging out at their distillery, which is super fun. They were very nice people, and we were driving back and we're talking about what we want to do with all these barrels, and we had some plans, and then Bill's like, yeah, me and Chris want to do an amber in the barrels, and Mike and I were like, that doesn't sound good.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Amber in a barrel?
Yeah, so we were both
I've had some pretty good barrel aged ambers.
So we
Devil's Envy.
Mike and I were like, I don't know, man, but Bill and Chris seem so passionate about the idea. Typically when I see someone that passionate, I'm like, all right, you know what? Like, I don't get it, but you seem to get it, so let's just go with it, right? And
you can dig it, right?
Yeah. So they did the barrel. The trick is like with an amber in a barrel, it's got to be a real short period of time, like 2-3 weeks tops. Like you don't need a lot of time to really, because otherwise
get all that flavor. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just barrel.
Right.
Yeah.
So we ran it through for a few weeks, and it came out tasting really good.
Nice.
And now, like Mike and I are like, yeah, let's do more because we thought it was tasty. So
we're gonna put everything in a barrel.
Maybe we'll see. We'll definitely do the super knots. We'll do the amber.
What about your Highland Scoundrel?
Oh yeah, yes.
Okay.
We've done that before.
Cutting into our market now.
Well, we have a wee heavy that we put in a Garrison Brothers barrel, but it's just homebrew, so it's not.
It's not just homebrew. It's
for now.
No, right now it's just.
If it's good,
it's like 2-year homebrew. You haven't perfected it yet.
Yeah,
I got you. But so we'll be doing Scoundrel. Obviously, we like that, and so this will actually give me an opportunity to kind of brag about the other brew.
Here we go.
Oh, hey, what? You came here, man.
You tell him, John. You tell him.
Yeah, that's right.
You're in my house now.
Okay.
All right, so
take it to the ring.
That thing hurts too. Sure. I took a dive off the top ropes 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It was a late night. We'd been drinking. So I was like, this is fun. And I jumped off. Oof, never doing that again.
It's fun then. Next morning, not nearly as fun.
What the hell happened to my knee?
Yeah. But so our other brewer that we hired, her name is Amanda Bishop, and she spent 5 years working in the Canadian wine industry.
Oh, okay.
Which I didn't know was a thing, I'm glad to know it is.
Yeah.
And so she spent a lot of time in like the cellars of these wineries in Canada, and then moved to San Francisco and worked at a place called Black Hammer Brew Pub, brewing a brew pub in San Francisco for 3 years, and she was their head brewer.
Yeah.
And then moved down to Austin, so her husband got a job here. And so we hired her on, and so it's been great as she's got this extensive kind of like barrel,
she knows how the barrels work.
Okay.
Yeah,
different.
From a wine perspective, which is kind of cool. So there's a lot, like we're doing a Brood of All Evil, our brewed IPA.
Right.
We're doing a wine infused version, which should be out, I think, next week, I believe.
White wine or red wine?
A white wine, Gewürztraminer.
Oh
grapes.
yeah, so a German. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Gewürztraminer.
and that's one of her, one of her projects she's been working on.
Cool.
So I'm excited. We're excited to develop the barrel program because Mike Foster has experience with that at a couple of places. She's got experience with this from a different perspective, and so we're pumped to just let them start doing their thing. Yeah.
Have you ever thought of doing like a crossover of the Brood of All Evil and then your Groot? So like it's a Groot of All Evil? Or like I don't know.
I'll just say
Probably not.
Definitely.
Hey, for naming, sure that works, but
I'm with you,
practice.
man. Yeah, we'll do it.
Theoretical.
On the pilot system.
Pilot badge. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Color Out of Space. There you go.
So
we. I don't know if we talked about it
of the
too
wine,
much,
putting this in some sort of
red wine barrel.
Red wine barrel. That might be really good.
You're right. That might be really good.
Patent pending.
I guess we'll have to call. We'll have to call the 3 beers in.
3 beers in.
There you go.
Collaboration.
Yeah.
Put our sticker up there. But I think sours really lend themselves to being in like red wine barrels.
You're seeing
at least that's at least how I feel about it. Yeah.
They're really nice, fresh and tart right there, but barrel aging lends them to rounding out
the flavors. Yeah.
Sure.
I can see that. Okay.
All right. Well, y'all are drinking faster than me. That's what's happening here. All right, we got one more beer to go, right?
When the beer is this good,
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you, yeah.
So inspired.
Okay.
Clint's got his next talking point.
So here we got Highland Scoundrel. Whoa.
Yes. All right.
This smells really sweet on the nose. Fruity?
That's sweet and fruity. I like it.
It's pretty nice.
Another style that you don't see.
You know, when it comes down to like Scotch ale or wee heavy, or it doesn't quite fit in anything because we also use a little bit of a peated malt. Not a lot.
Nope.
No.
I like that you can't taste it. It's not the style, man.
I know it's not, but we do it. I know it's there's actually like JBF. I think had a American Scotch ale category because enough people were putting peated malt into it.
Stop doing it.
Hey, is it a 1 or a 0 though?
It's a 1. It's
Yeah,
definitely
well,
a
then
1.
what the fuck are we talking about here?
We haven't talked about it, I don't think. We
Yeah.
have a rating system. It's a 1 or a 0.
Binary.
Either you would drink it again or you wouldn't, man. Like,
Yeah. Wait,
don't get into all this fluffy nonsense.
all this Untapped. How do you feel about Untapped? Do you have a rant prepared?
We have a we have a strategy.
Okay.
So here's how we handle Untapped at fourth tap. We have one poor bastard on the team whose job is to monitor Untapped. No one else looks at it ever.
Yeah.
We never touch it. We don't look at it.
That's a good strategy.
That is a good strategy.
We got one guy. It's actually D.
Yeah.
And that poor dude
no.
reads every review. He toasts all the everybody checks in. He toasts them. The whole he's our Untapped dude. And
That's why I don't get toasted.
Yeah,
Just cut her. Son of a bitch.
so we filter it. So he like filters Untapped for the rest of us. He's like,
Yeah.
hey man, just like here's what's happening on Untapped. Like it's doing this, or it's it's trending this way, or it's
One dude, this is the worst shit ever.
someone's got to stare into the abyss, man.
Look, you only go
Bud Light
like
for life.
who are we? Someone was talking about it with us, and it's like really the only people who go, like most of the people who go on Untapped are people who either really love the beer or really hate the beer.
Yeah.
And so you're either getting a 5-star or a 1-star.
Damn near anything.
Yeah, well, like, and that's probably true for a lot of Yelp reviews and stuff like that. Like, most people are only going to actually take the time to go say something if they really didn't like it or really loved it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're just like, yeah, it was okay. I'm not going to take time to go review this.
Or they're like what they call them, achievement chasers.
There you
They
go,
gotta get
yeah.
all the
Cut her again. Yeah.
That guy right there.
Got a good mix of what we got here. Clint, you were wanting to. You had another word that right before he left.
Oh,
A word that triggered you. Inspired.
It inspired you?
It
Yeah.
inspired.
Very inspired.
oh man. No, they're
These
just
hops
this
are
is
inspired.
yeah. So what they're doing is talking about a previous episode,
The Can You Dig It episode.
the Can You Dig It episode,
Oh, no.
where your website no longer says this about y'all. But
Okay.
at the time, it talked about brewing inspired beer.
Yeah, man. Inspired. All right, what do you got?
And to me, that was at the moment I was drinking the beer and we were talking about this. It just set me on a little rant about what when you're gonna say it's inspired, what does that really mean? To me, that means more like unique, diverse stuff that like Orf is doing is what I went to.
Okay.
Just really out
fair.
there kind of stuff.
Hey, good.
And
Thanks for the deep cut on Orf. Hell yeah. That guy's awesome, man.
Yeah, he is.
we try to bring up Orf
And I was like,
anytime we can.
we were drinking the amber. It's an amber, so at the time it just was like, don't use a word like inspired.
Oh,
which,
dude.
you know what I mean?
When we use the word inspired,
It's
what
not
we mean
even
is
barrel aged.
Yeah,
We-
no, please. Yeah, tell me.
for us, inspired means we've had far too many beers, shithouse,
Yeah.
lying around going, "Yo, would be awesome." Fucking make that's that's
Okay.
there
No,
you go.
but
No.
I had the same sort of reaction to Strangeland.
Yeah.
Because we were
Well,
drinking their
yeah.
farmhouse.
Because I think they had like 3 words on the can that were just like really
The
really
biggest one-
pretentious. The one was just like, it'll bring you back to a bucolic age or something like that. And it's like,
Exactly.
And so the whole episode, that was just we were just saying bucolic.
There's a lot
Dude,
of
it's-
cocky jokes.
It's hard. Like at the end of the day, it's really
No.
hard because we
And-
sit there and we're like, "This sounds."
How do you
you very
describe it?
quickly feel super lame or pretentious.
Yeah.
And
when you try to describe what you're making and
like
what it is,
because it's like you're excited about what you're doing, you're passionate about what you're doing, and you have to find like the right balance to like to sell that, right?
Sure. Yeah.
But also not sound like an asshole.
I think that's Clint's problem, because a lot of people do it and then they sound like assholes.
Sure. And we like when you use like bucolic in the description of your beer, I'm like, you're making a farmhouse style here ale. Newsflash, I'm gonna bet most farmers don't know what bucolic fucking means. You know, like you're using, you're getting a little grandiose in your description, and it comes off as a little bit pretentious when you get into that.
Because these people, they have a vision, they have a dream for what they want their brewery to be, and what they want they like. I want my beer to be perceived a certain way, and and so you try, and anybody who's opening a brewery is already like, we're all a little arrogant as it is. Like that's just, you have to be
to survive.
Well,
I
mean, just be like, I'm going to add beer to the marketplace.
Exactly.
It needs my product too, right?
But nobody makes beers like I do.
I guess it's not even. But you don't even have to say that. You can just be like, I make damn good beer.
Yeah.
And it's like, absolutely.
Like who's already got that trademarked? Someone's already got that. Damn good beer. Is that Beerworks?
Awesome Beer?
I think Live Oak, maybe. Beerworks is quality beer, quality life.
Yes.
So I love that.
They have that.
Those guys are
damn good beer. I know, I've seen it.
Damn good. Who does the damn? Somebody's already got it.
Somebody's got it.
3 beers in.
We'll add it in post.
No. But I don't know.
It's all right. But it's nice to see you guys, though. That you like even the vitality that we were talking about earlier. It's all you're shifting away from that blonde to just a light ale, essentially. So.
Right, and it was just it
doesn't fit the style. So it's inspired.
To tell you the truth, yes, that does make it a little bit different than like if you're like tweaking out of style and you're like taking something to like be like, well, yeah, the style is this, but something just makes me want to go this way.
Yeah,
it's a little bit more understandable and in person and talking. But when you really don't know much and you're just like drinking, not to your amber is good, but like it's still,
we can dig it.
It's an amber. It's a good beer. It's great, but it's not.
How do you communicate that? Like,
Yeah.
It's so hard on
Yeah.
a can with few words and not piss off TABC. Like,
Sorry, that's off too many people. I was about to say
TABC.
TABC. Yeah,
well,
I'm pissing on TABC.
You can't get that on the label. TABC.
TABC is who I'm worried about.
Yes.
So it's a real challenge, man.
Yeah, no, I get it.
We've definitely,
It's like you have this. You've had the beer and you're passionate about it, and like, how do you convey that passion? How do you get somebody else passionate about it?
Yeah.
Like,
And so, like when we started, we had the fortune of working with a very talented design firm, and they remember sitting us down. And in hindsight, it was probably way too early in the process for us to try to answer these questions, which were, well, what's the personality of your brewery? Like, who is your brewery? Like, what does that mean? And we're like sitting there like, I don't know. We don't have a brewery yet. Like, we have ideas and dreams and whatever.
We're the cool brewery.
Yeah, we do stuff.
We're open when other people aren't.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, but like, how do you? So,
yeah.
I mean, one of the things that we changed over the last, like about 2 years ago, especially with the rebrand, is our new motto. Like, Beerworks has their quality life, quality beer, which is perfect for them. So ours is now brew, share, party, repeat.
There you go. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And we feel like that's because like if you go back to I used to live at Duval Street Villas at like 45th, like Pronto Mart and all that. So that the first batch of beer I ever brewed, this is back when I was at UT. It was in the kitchen at one of those apartments. And,
right, yeah.
And I have never bottled a beer batch of homebrew.
Sure.
In fact, none of us have we've never bottled a homebrew. It's always been kegs. And so from the very first batch of beer.
It's way easier.
And plus, like, all your friends show up for a party when you do it. It's great. So what we learned very quickly is, I mean, the early...
We need to have more parties.
Early days, it was all just, we wanted to brew a beer. We kegged it, and we threw a party.
Yeah.
People showed up, and then we just did it again.
There you go.
And so that's awesome. That speaks to your history. It's
And that's
buy beer.
And it just took us, a couple years of being a business to kind of figure. I mean, like with Party World Wrestling, like what they're doing, and a lot of the other events we host here, it just took us a while to kind of figure out like who the hell we are as a brewery without it feeling contrived. And so that's kind of our motto for everything now. We're just like,
it's fantastic.
We brew beer because we want to share it with people. We want to throw a party, and then we do it again.
There you go.
It was so great. I slow clapped.
Hey, that's great. Thanks.
It is but I do appreciate that. Yeah. That's really good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it doesn't trigger you, right?
That's what I appreciate about you.
But yeah,
also I appreciate this beer.
Yeah,
and that it's not very peaty.
So
unlike not to throw Blue Owl under the bus, but theirs is very peaty. But Jeff Young from Blue Owl, he loves that Lafroig. He loves those peaty whiskeys and scotches.
Yeah.
And
campfire whiskey.
And it's I that's like one of the beers that I can't drink from them. They're wee heavy.
Whiskey, it tastes like dirty Band-Aids.
Or campfire. Don't get me wrong, I like a peated scotch, but like the Lafroig or Lafroig.
Lafroig, yeah.
For a little bit on the top of their bottle, on the top of their case, the tube or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like it said, like kissing a mermaid who just ate barbecue.
I would rather do that. Well, I don't know.
So
is it fishy?
It's a hell of a flavor profile there.
So the way we approach that is so peat can go a little bit, goes a long way.
Yes,
it's very easy for it to let it get away from you. So we actually we buy peat from Scotland, and we have a smoker, and we actually do all the peating in house.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome!
So for about a day or two, when we're getting ready,
everything just smells like peat.
Dude, the whole neighborhood, like. The business next door, like I feel.
Do you have to send out pamphlets, like just warning people?
We know what you're doing over here.
Yeah. So we just don't care. We just like. I mean, they like it.
Well, there's no HOA, so
exactly. What are they gonna do? Everything smells like peat today. So, although side note, the fact there's so many breweries in here in this neighborhood now. Some days when I'm like driving to work, if I got the windows down, I can just smell.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's like life's good. I'm just like. It's not even my brewery.
I used smell beer. Yeah, I used to love that driving down like around midnight, driving down I-10 past the Budweiser plant in Houston. It's like it's just like all those bready malts,
it smells like
it's
bread,
like why doesn't the beer taste like this? And it's just like it just smelled so good.
How often are you guys brewing? Are you guys brewing 24 hours a day or
no? We brew maybe 3 or 4 times a week. Okay, that's about it. Yeah, we're not like a crazy operation yet.
Yeah,
say that we're getting like looking at the schedule. 2020 is going to be kind of a crazy year for us, I think.
Yeah,
it's good for us.
Yeah,
probably a little more stressful for you.
Yeah, like I've been telling. So like Amanda and Mike came in, the new brewers. And, they came in right as we were still at the end of the busy season, and then everything kind of like slowed way down. And they kept trying to find work, and I kept telling them like, "Hey, look, don't stress. Like, enjoy this time. Like, just find things to do. Just relax. Like,
need to enjoy now.
Yeah, because it's gonna get busy again.
There's always stuff to clean.
Yeah, and we're getting as January's wrapping up. We're getting to February. Looking at March, so we have to brew for March because that's when the market here in Austin bounces back, right?
Yeah,
you're making a green +2 vitality, right?
So March 1. The industry's back, right? And so, but we have to be prepped, which means we got to start brewing for that in early February.
Yeah,
and we have to be paying for all that stuff off of the lack of beer sales from January to December. It's a very tricky thing to do. Yeah, but we are. So we as of last week, and then this week, and then like pretty much going forward, like we're cranking up to not max, but maybe max capacity.
Yeah,
pretty soon. Yeah. Which is scary to think about. Like we have a new cold room coming in this
nice.
week. Yeah, it's going to be built over the next few weeks.
That's awesome.
Over here, we desperately need it. Dude. Like
more lagers.
So we just we need like kegs,
space,
just store kegs and stuff.
Yeah, simple as that. So we've got a new cold room coming in, which is gonna be great. We'd love to get a new tank or two in. We've been talking to a few people to see what we can make work, and we keep our eyes on the used market. So because we're looking at the schedule and we're like we need it. Like it's gonna be a busy year for us. We've been fortunate where a lot of breweries our size have been dealing with like lack of growth. We've been fortunate where like every year we grow double digits, which we're still small, so it's easy to do that. It's just like add a couple 100 barrels and
Well, you could spend all that money and then try to construct a beer garden. Just go bankrupt.
I'm not going to buy it. Not going to buy it.
That would be very inspired.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all those court records are public record. And
I've looked at it. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the guys on our team also is like he reads through every single one just because we share the same bank.
Why do you make D read all this?
I know, poor bastard, man.
Yeah. Jeez. Wow.
D's job is to read. Okay, that's just what his job is.
Yeah,
we've been
following.
I make Gruits and I read.
Yeah.
Bankruptcy documents. And I'm so glad I'm in the industry. It's great. No. So I think they're gonna work it out.
Yeah. They seem to have weathered the storm, but
and I hope they do because Christine is great.
Yeah.
She's a friend. We love to see what they're doing. Daytona's awesome. Her daughter. I wish nothing but for the best. It just seems like they got themselves in a real shitty situation. And
I don't know if that they're going to actually build that beer garden, but it'd be cool if they did. If they can.
Yeah, we ultimately wish nothing but the best.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The wit beer, like, how can you?
No, it's delicious.
How can you get better than the
just overestimated
what you were gonna do?
The demand, I think.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, it is what it is. So.
I do like that they do. They'll do mixes for you.
Oh,
it's like
they'll blend the beer on the.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's
it's a blending.
So we do have
perfect segue.
Hey.
See that two-wheel vehicle come through here?
Just took a really long
vehicle. Just like
about as slow as a segue. All right.
We don't shy away from blending. We have like a secret menu, which is like if you
robot.
If you ask for certain things, then the bartenders know to like do 50-50 splits of certain beers.
But do they do a nose tap as they
or a wink? Does Robbie wink?
He can. He probably knows them better than I do. I don't. I don't because I work maybe one bar shift every couple weeks nowadays, just because of everything else going on. And
as president,
as president,
they're always like, "Oh, look at you!" Spend all day in spreadsheets.
Hey, loosen your tie a little bit. Get behind the bar every once in a while.
I got spreadsheets open all day. That's what I do, man.
Somebody's got to stare at numbers on a computer screen. Yeah.
Somebody
spreadsheets
does.
and purchase orders.
Somebody does.
Someone's got to order hops that they don't know what beers are going into.
I mean, honestly, I could probably let them order hops. I just want to.
Yeah.
Because it makes me feel like it's more like
part
concrete.
of the beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I used to be
not just numbers.
I was like one of the the whole thing was built out of I started homebrewing when I was at UT 2006, 5, 6 somewhere in there. I don't know. And back when Austin Homebrew Supply was just a tiny little spot on Burnett, and
that's no longer here.
Not even in the area.
It's up in our neck of the woods. No.
Yeah.
I drive past it every day. It's so convenient.
On Round Rock, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Pflugerville. That guy's in Round Rock.
That's pronounced Pflugerville.
There you go.
So that's where it all started, and now so Chris and Dariush D, just somewhere along the way, just got way more
into the brewing side of it.
Yeah, they're better at it than I am. I was good at making beer and sharing with people.
That's what D was saying
that's what this. I hear that's what this place is all about.
Yeah, it's just so party.
Brew, share, repeat, man.
There you go. Party.
There's a party there.
Brew, share, party, repeat. Sorry. Edit that out.
Is there a beer that you get really excited about that you want to like that whenever it's like coming up on the schedule? It's like, yes, I'm ready for it.
This one
right here.
I love
Highland Scoundrel.
Love Scoundrel Day. I love coming in and smelling the peat, getting the malt smoked, and it just
as much as you hate Lafroy, you love it. You love hearing
I do. Yeah, I don't like it. Like I said, I like a peated whiskey. Just Lafroy is like. Let me just take my whiskey, pour it into a campfire, scoop it back up, and hand it to you. I'm like, I'm good. I don't need that,
I enjoy when we make our wee heavy as well. But I enjoy it more when we bottle it, and then when it's carbonated, and then when we get to drink it, and that's my
it's my favorite day too.
But I love wee heavy,
dude. The malts when they're getting the mash going for Supernaut. The brewery smells so good.
So which one's your favorite to drink right now?
Just off our tap wall?
Off your tap wall.
I've been drinking Color Out of Space the most.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah.
Sours.
That's been my jam.
It's pretty good.
It's good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got,
I like it.
And we kind of, but didn't intend to line it up with the release of the movie Color Out of Space, which I don't know if y'all were aware.
I have zero.
I'm sure Robbie is aware.
We don't
of
get
it.
references.
All right, so Color Out of Space.
I'm not allowed to pick movies or anything in my house.
I saw 1917.
Do y'all know H.P. Lovecraft?
Yeah.
Okay, so H.P. Lovecraft has a story called Color Out of Space. It's one of his like sci-fi horror stories. Spelled with an O-U-R.
Yeah, well, yeah.
There's a
Lovecraft.
There's a glorious Nick Cage starring version that's about to come out in about a week or two.
Really?
Yes.
Shit.
Spelled without the U because it's American.
Oh, yeah.
When you say glorious, is it with an O-U also?
Is
Yeah.
it as good as his character in Wicker Man?
I will say, so remember Mandy that came out?
Yes,
so
that was-
same director.
Okay.
So it's the same like level of Nick Cage.
That movie was like so weird at the same time as it's like, why didn't he say anything? Sorry, it's just like for anybody that's actually seen it, it's like it was just like he doesn't like talk throughout the entire movie. He's got a very few lines, and it's just and then he kills a bunch of people.
This seems obscure enough for Robbie.
Yeah,
I feel like Robbie's involved in this somehow.
Well, now we got to talk about Robbie's.
Yeah,
Robbie's behind the bar. Right?
Robbie's behind the bar.
When we talked. I'm glad that's how you refer to him as well. But
we talked to him a lot at Hop Squad's soft opening. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
During their industry night. Or
that's when
whatever,
y'all were talking with D and everything too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It was a fun night. I was a little pissed off though. And here's why: because
Alex.
Hello. We got the email.
Bastard.
Dude, Alex he's such an asshole.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That guy.
He's like the nicest person I've ever met.
Yeah. He actually is.
But
but Cesar though.
Oh, that fucker.
Yeah. Well, so I got the email and it's like, so, Hop Squad's having their soft open. And they sent an email to the neighborhood saying, hey, we're going to do this industry thing. Like, if you're in the neighborhood, the brewery's here, like, come by at 8 o'clock. We're going to have a little private party. And I was like, cool. So
in the neighborhood, I work in the neighborhood.
so like, I'm like hanging out. It's like 2 PM, and some of our regulars just like barge in, and they're like, oh, yeah, and we've already been over there partying. And I was like, wait, what? It's not supposed to start until 8 o'clock.
Wow,
and I thought it was just like, I mean, I'm not trying to be all.
Ross probably was helping them.
Like I had the
I didn't get there until like 5:30, and it was like there was like they didn't even have all the lights on. It was like, how does somebody get it 2 o'clock?
But
I was
like,
courteous. I showed up at 8.
I got this email and I feel like special and everything.
Yeah.
And I hear like everybody and their brother and sister are partying over there all freaking day long.
Well,
so I show up and I'm like, what?
People walk in, you're not going to turn them away.
Yeah.
is the thing.
Like Murph. It's the first time I met Murph, and he's shithouse.
Yeah.
Shithouse. And I was like, yeah, what's up? And I'm like, all right, I'll try to catch up, guys. Let's see what we can do here.
Fuck.
Murph from used to be Oasis.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's still Oasis, but he's no longer there.
Yeah.
He's their production manager now, I guess.
But anyway, this Nick Cage movie, Robbie brought this to your attention, or like how?
The name was actually Foster's. He knew about it too.
Okay.
We kind of knew
Still
about the
Australian
movie.
for beer.
Anytime there's a Lovecraft movie coming out,
Yeah.
I get excited, even though
It's always shit.
It's always shit.
Always.
There's like no good
The book's always better than the movie.
The video games are just.
It's unfortunate, like they can't translate Lovecraft stories into any other media.
It's too weird, I guess.
I think that's it.
The imagination.
You just can't.
Yeah.
You can't get what's in the book onto the screen perfectly. I don't know, man, but I mean, Cthulhu's been around forever, so
That there's no
you
good
would think,
adaptation.
Yeah.
But I think this one, the reviews coming out are pretty good. So
Yeah.
I messaged our buddy at Alamo Draft House who does their buying, and I was like, I literally was like, hey, dude, like, totally didn't. We probably should have been more on the ball with this one, but we weren't. But we have
this beer,
and you have the movie, and he's just like, all right, cool, let's do a thing.
Yes,
so
nice.
I think we'll have it at the theater.
Nice.
You'll be able to buy
That's
it.
so
Awesome.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love working with the Draft House. We do a lot of stuff with them. They're so much fun.
They're fun people.
Yes. Yeah. But they're definitely playing Color Out of Space. So
Nice. Yeah. If anybody's going to, well, that or Violet Crown, but yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. So Highland Scoundrel.
Bring it
There
all
we
back.
go. Talking about the beer.
Smells like a freshly opened bag of fruit snacks. In my
A
opinion,
little. I mean,
sweet and fruity, buddy.
It's sweet and fruity.
It is sweet and fruity.
I'm being told I have to go soon. Sorry.
Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah,
We're almost done.
yeah.
I got my wife carrying our daughter around. Looks at me.
I know.
Trust me.
I know.
That look.
Yeah.
I've got an 8-year-old.
He's got one on the way.
That's due in April. So
All right. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
I was secretly hoping she'd go run the errands without me. I was like, hey, you
man.
just go do that and come back and pick me up, right?
Every day. Every day. Just run them without me. You got this. You can take the 2 kids to the store. It's fine.
Anyway, so Highland Scoundrel,
Yes.
sweet and fruity.
Sweet and fruity.
Why is Scotch ale?
It's more like, to me, it's like more red fruit than dark fruit.
What's up? Are we getting the dog? Oh, I think we're adopting a dog.
Oh, cool.
Solid.
Shit.
There you go. You were just told.
That's how it happened last time. So it's you're getting more of like a darker fruit on it.
I'd say more of like a red fruit than a dark fruit. Like more of like a cherry than like a plum.
I got
Okay.
that. I think I agree with the cherry.
Cutter does not, I don't think.
He's not a super taster, so
Fucking ginger.
it's good. It's good.
I like it, yeah.
So you asked why a Scotch ale. So
One
that's-
of us did, yes.
This is when we had. This is before we opened.
Yeah.
Highland Scoundrel as an idea was already existing. In our,
Yeah.
and it was because both from like a marketing perspective, there just weren't any other Scotch ales. Like if you looked around, nobody was really making any.
Well,
There's
in
a bunch
Scotland,
of IPAs though.
yeah. So we were looking for things like what can we do that nobody else in the market's really doing.
Yeah.
We also like I like Scotch. I'm one of the people who like Scotch ales, so like we enjoyed them at the time. And we're like, this is something that no one's really making. We really like these.
Right.
Let's just go for it, right? And so we started playing around with the recipe. It was meant to be just a one-off. Literally, it was supposed to be just like a one-off batch that we did in April of 2016. Like we'd been open for 5 months.
Yeah.
And we cranked this beer out, and the reaction we got from it was just, you can never be out of stock of this beer. Like
That's a good reaction.
That's a wonderful,
yes,
wonderful reaction.
It was great when that's one of the first beers we had where people would come in and bring their friend and say, that's the beer I was telling you about. And that's a cool feeling. No?
Yeah.
It's just like, that's awesome. It makes me feel good. So we're like,
Yeah.
and we liked it. And people got really excited about it. As another one, if we didn't have it, I remember some old dude coming in and be like, I'll take a Scoundrel. I'm like, oh, we're out right now. He goes, oh, all right. And then leaves.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, shit.
That's the only thing that I came here for.
Yeah, I guess we'll keep making.
Well,
we liked
beer
it.
regardless, it's good, but
Beer to guard.
Beer to guard.
Thank you for bringing.
How
that.
long? How long were you waiting for that joke?
I just 15 minutes. I was just thinking about it. I forgot it existed.
Don't forget that was our Mean Girls reference.
No.
We do a lot of movie references. If you haven't noticed, that was my wife's. We did a Beer to Guard, and she's like, I want to call it Beer to Guardless, and it's one of her favorite movies.
The first time I had that, I was like 5 beers in, because we had been running the 5-8, and then we stopped here, and it was like.
And you're open till midnight.
Yeah, we're usually the last stop. Yeah, I know.
This is amazing.
I don't know how many times I've heard this guy talk about and we went to Fourth Tap because they're open till midnight.
Dude, you'll catch it like it'll be 11 o'clock, and like the Beerworks crew, the Fairway, the Delbert's crew, like all the other bar staffs will just end up here.
Yeah,
at like 11:30, and we're all just like, it's a shit. It's a great. It's a fun
Yeah.
time. Responsible.
You had it right.
Fun drinking
it's
time.
a shit show.
but hey, there's D.
There's a Dariush. Hey D.
This guy.
Hey guys.
Oh man, hop in here.
What's up, D?
Well, I didn't know I was supposed to be here. Nobody gave me an invite.
We talked to you like 2 weeks ago, bro.
Well, yeah, but don't put it on my calendar.
Well, you got to talk to Aaron about that.
Yeah, I imagine I was explicitly kept away. That's how I feel.
We were just finishing up, and so like it's very good to see you.
Yeah.
I know.
We did walk through a couple of beers. We're finishing Scoundrel right now.
Okay, I'm way behind, so let me grab a beer. And I'll sit back down.
Okay.
You can actually, John. This is
tag team out.
Tag team out,
okay,
please. We'll gladly talk to D.
I'm getting summoned by my wife and baby dog.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sweet.
D, we don't know if he has
savior in disguise.
if he has a family or not.
Are you getting beer? You gotta have to.
Okay, I'm gonna get a beer.
Yeah.
If you want to get another one, I don't know.
He's also.
John has to go. What do you want?
For us.
Yeah, dude, you'll have all the beer you want. We got you covered. It's great.
Hey,
Hey, John.
You guys heard it here first on the podcast. There we go.
Well, no, I appreciate y'all. I mean, I appreciate y'all coming by. And I know,
We very much appreciate the time that you took to.
We weren't actually going to come down because we didn't get the
day that we tried to confirm on Thursday. Did you or Friday?
Yeah, Wednesday. I think I sent the email, and then today at like 11, she's like, "Yeah, everything's good for today." I was like,
"Oh, it was on my calendar since last week."
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, at least somebody had it.
Well, I do appreciate y'all coming down and setting everything up. I know it's not a small task, so.
Oh yeah, no, but we've been
we get to drink good beer. That's what we're in it for.
And we've been wanting to come down to Fourth Tap for a while, so yeah.
Badass.
It's good that you guys had us here. Yeah.
Well,
it's really nice.
I'm gonna now bow out and go do domestic stuff for a while.
Yeah. Shout out to John Stecker, not the Steckler.
Steckler,
not Steckler. It's Stecker.
All his trophies say Steckler.
You don't want to end up on his list. Okay? You don't want that.
Hey, you remember Billy Madison?
Yeah, I do.
He bought some lipstick.
I'm really glad I called that guy.
John, but we do really appreciate the time.
Yeah,
nice to meet you.
So much. Cheers, guys.
Yeah. Okay, so thanks everybody for listening. Check out Fourth Tap. Come out here, try their beers, try the stuff that you can't get on the shelves.
That's right.
They're open late.
Yeah, they are. They're open when everybody.
We will always be your last stop. I promise.
They're open on Monday. If you want to talk to the guys from Austin Beer Works, they'll be here.
That's true.
Be here.
Yeah. If you come by after 10, you can find the guys at ABW.
They'll be here from 10:30 to midnight.
But yeah, like us, follow us, subscribe wherever you got this podcast. And this has been Ross.
This has been D from Fourth Tap.
This is Clint. Oh my fucking God.
I'm feeling better already.
Clint.
Yeah, you should. You should.
You'll leave it
Cut.
in. No.
This is Clint.
This is Cutter.
And this is the podcast.
This is the podcast.
Thanks for sticking around. You can subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Spotify, BigHeadsMedia.com, or anywhere there are podcasts. If you like what you heard, rate and review us on iTunes. Check out our Patreon. Find it at patreon.com/3beersinpodcast. Check out all of our awards. You can give as little as $1 a month to help us keep doing what we're doing. It really helps out, and we'll give you a thank you on the show. Or for a little more, you can remain anonymous. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at 3beersinpodcast. Check out our website, 3beersinpodcast.com. You can find information about us and the show along with the links to all of our episodes and our really cool merchandise. While you're on our site, you can tell us what you like, what you don't like. If you don't like us, then why the hell are you still here? You should have turned us off long ago. But if you're just going to listen to us anyway, you should probably subscribe too. And if you'd like a transcript of our podcast, write down everything that we just said.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. This isn't my Batman glass.
The History of the Atlantic World is a long-form history show that tells a tragic tale of conquistadors, war, slavery, and genocide. But within the tragedy of life lay the inspirational stories of revolutionaries, escaped slaves, and pirates. I'm Jesse Wiest, your allegedly hilarious host, and this story begins in 1492. With the tale of someone so infamous you already know his name.